What's up everybody? Welcome back to the Riding Dad channel, or welcome if it's your first time. Either way, very glad to have you. We are doing a classic, out with the old and in with the new. But let's roll that intro first.
Riding Dad YouTube channel, it's the Riding Dad YouTube channel, it's the Riding Dad YouTube channel, it's the Riding Dad.
So for those of you who've been following the channel, you will know these are my FXR Division saddlebags. I have no issues with that. Well, okay. I have no issues with their quality. They perform great. I have had them wrapped in a gloss black because I didn't want to spend money on paint. In the future, probably going to do a custom paint job, so why pay twice for paint? So I had them wrapped in gloss black to match the gloss black of this 2020 Lowrider S. They serve me well. They're waterproof. They lock. No issues whatsoever. Two reasons why I'm swapping them out, and you guys already know what I'm swapping them out with because you saw the thumbnail and hopefully you can read. One, my needs have changed. I don't necessarily need a waterproof, hard locking bag anymore for what I carry now with my setup of gear and what I wear and everything. I used to need that. That was kind of one of the deciding factors. And before I bought these, I was between Leather Pros and FXR Division. I still love the style. I love the style a lot. I think they look even better with the full fairing up front. Those of you who know my bike, and well, you can maybe, I can't tell you, I don't think you can see it. I don't run any fairing in the front, not even the stock fairing, so I like more of that naked look. Obviously, you guys saw my powder coat reveal, well, hopefully you did. So now I really want to be able to show off that powder coat, so I like how this bike looks without bags more than anything. These are not quick detach. Yes, there's other quick detach options, but the reason I went with Leather Pros and not anything else is one, because of how easy they are for quick detaching, how low pro their mounts are, the fact that you can run them with the holdfast docking hardware from Harley with almost no noticeable difference, and just how big they are. They're huge. Even just before they're expanded, I'm getting about probably right around triple the interior space that I did with these. Now, granted, yes, these are locking. Yes, these are hard and waterproof. Yes, they're very good. I'm gonna start doing some more two-up riding finally. I have a different Saddleman Explorer seat, or actually it should be here in like a week or two. It's in the final steps of processing. Custom color, you know, matched for what I wanna do, and a backrest to match it with the Holdfast backrest from Harley. That'll be all different videos, look forward to that. But because I can't do two-up riding with this SDC seat or any of the step-ups. The wife hates those. She's tried the step-up, she said it was the worst experience of her entire life. So happy wife, happy life, you know? Because of that, I needed a backrest. I needed a backrest, a sissy bar. I don't like the look of a solid sissy bar, so I wanted to do holdfast hardware. Yes, you can, and yes, I have mounted the holdfast hardware with these bags. It makes them stick out even more to the point where the crash protection almost doesn't do anything, and these would hit first in the event of any kind of low side or any kind of similar crash or downing or anything like that. Also, like I said, the Leather Pros hold a lot more. Two-up riding, especially longer day trips, 2-day trips, that's 2 times the amount of food and drink, 2 times the amount of weather gear, like water gear, possibly jackets. Maybe she'll want to put some sort of clutch or purse or whatever, you know, in there. So yeah, that is why I went with the Leather Pros. Also, like I said, I can rock the no bag look for the majority of my riding around town. Yeah, so that's about it. So first we need to get these off. I'm gonna do a little bit of magic here in a second, but basically if you have no bags, you just have to take the bolts out. Just be careful especially if you have one of these M8 Softails. I know different bikes are different, but behind these fender struts, that plate will just fall out if you don't hold it and be careful with it. So let's work some magic. And just like that, magic, they're gone. So Leather Pros comes with some hardware. Like I said, you can use the, side note, don't worry about the fact that the seat's not on. I'm in the middle of filming 3 different videos in the span of a couple hours, so that's for something else. Leather Pros comes with, it's gonna be difficult to get out in an orderly fashion. They come with a bunch of different hardware. 2 bags of which has different bolts. So you have, they're both 3/8 size because that's the size you need. Usually I would replace my bag bolts with grade 8. If you've seen my stuff in the past, if it didn't come with it, I don't know if these are grade 8 or not, but regardless, the pro says do not use anything else because it will negatively affect your locking mechanism and the ease of, you know, getting them on or off, slash won't even be able to do it. So the 2 1/4 is for the ones, or those of you that are doing it without any additional hardware, just leather pros, no hold fast, no nothing like that. The 3 inch is for the people doing the hold fast, which is me. So we'll put those off to the side. According to Leather Pro, you're gonna take your hold fast hardware. So pretend this is the fender strut and this is where the bag would be. You're gonna take your fender strut, it'll be hold fast hardware, thin spacer, because there's 2 different size spacers. The thick spacer, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you're using the hold fast hardware, it'll be fender strut, hold fast hardware, thin spacer, and then the longer 3 inch bolt. If you're not using hold fast hardware, fender strut, thick spacer, oh, and sorry, not the bolt, the locking mechanism, the actual like mount for it, and then the bolt. If you are not using hold fast, it'll be fender strut, thick spacer, locking mechanism, mounting piece, whatever you want to call it, and then the thinner, what is it, or the shorter 2 1/4 bolt through it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Definitely use blue Loctite on this a decent amount. Make sure, there shouldn't be any issue, but just in case, make sure whatever bolt size you're using, that it doesn't stick out enough in the inside of that fender, past that fender strut area, like the mounting bracket in the back, that it's touching your tire under any kind of extreme compression for the shock or anything. So just double check that. But let's go ahead and get these on. I'll zoom you up close, and then we'll go ahead and put the bags on and then adjust them per the instructions as well. All right, so now that the hardware is installed, time to fit the bags. They have, this is the handle on the interior, and they have, let me tilt you guys down so I don't have to do a shoulder shrug trying to show you guys this. The locking mechanism, first of all, they do come with a key in there. You can lock them and unlock them from the bike. Just a tip before installing, go ahead and move it to the unlock position and then take the key out. Otherwise, it's gonna get in the way and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. To undock it or remove it or whatever you want to call it, you grab this lever and pull the handle up. That'll open these two. You're going to fit it on there, and I'll bring you guys closer in a little bit. Fit it to where these pieces, these little grooves, or these little pieces fit in the grooves of the docking hardware, and then you're going to push it down and this piece will lock. According to Leather Pros, there's supposed to be approximately 20 pounds of force pushing this down. Any more or less, you will have to adjust it using this. And it even says left, turn that way, tighten, or loosen with the L, and tighten with the T, which way to turn it. When you turn that, you'll kind of see there's a groove in this back plate. You have to kind of have it halfway to where that actually will allow it to turn. Otherwise, when you put it all the way down or all the way up, it won't do that. It won't actually turn. It's kind of like their safety, you know, it won't loosen or tighten on you for no reason. So let's go ahead and push it all the way up. All right, so when you come over to the bike, remember these grooves, just come over here, fit the holes over those, and make sure that these are in the grooves, and then you just push down on this piece, make sure it stays in the grooves the whole time, and again, it should take about 20 pounds of force. I don't know what 20 pounds of force is. You might not either. I guess just kind of get a feel for it. I shake it around, make sure it's not loose, it doesn't come off. It feels nice and tight. I'm satisfied with that. I didn't have to adjust it at all. Maybe I'll have to adjust the other side, who knows. Leather Pros does say that over the life of the bag, you actually have to periodically continue to adjust that. I'm assuming just a little bit tighter when things break in the middle, you know, maybe the finishes wear off a little bit. And again, that key will push this lever down, meaning you can't open it all the way. But without it in, it stays locked, so you don't have to worry about that. Or it stays unlocked, so you don't have to worry. Quick detach and attach as long as you don't. And it is the actual key. In fact, let me just show you guys. It is nice. It's not like a little Chinese, like it is a normal actual key. So that is nice to have. And then to take it off, you just grab this little piece, pull that latch all the way up, and it's off. It's so fast. It's part of what I love so much about this. And it's on. So nice. Now that the bag is on, we've kind of covered mounting. I'll just show you guys it because you might not know what they look like. They have it in a leather and a ballistic nylon. I went with ballistic nylon. It does have this leather cover. This leather cover snaps at these two enclosures, and you have the main zipper. It's a ABS, I believe ABS molded plastic on the interior, and it has a metal bracket on the bottom, part of a heat shield, part of it just keeps it nice and sturdy. The bags don't weigh that much, so you don't have to worry about them sagging like too much, terribly much. I forget how much, we'll go over it, but they say exactly how much they recommend to hold in each bag. This is the extension. If you want to extend it out, I believe it's about 3 or 4 inches extending out. Otherwise, those just stay kind of hidden and covered. If you zip it up, these are some beefy zippers, boy, let me tell you. You zip it up, put those latches on it, snap them closed. You have this exterior pocket. You can zip open or closed. Put some paper in there, paperwork, maybe some granola bars or something fun. But the bag is pretty cool. Did forget to say that in case your fender strut setup does not have threaded backing plate or a threaded backing plate to it, they do include nuts to use as well with it. But this specific, I think all M8 Softails have threaded backing plates, so it's pretty self-explanatory. The bolts just screw directly in. According to Leather Pros, this top piece, and I'm assuming if you have a complete leather bag, it would be the same. As far as upkeep maintenance, this doesn't require anything. Just when it starts to get fading or dried out, they just require or recommend using a black shoe polish. So I guess you could do shiny or not shiny depending on what you wanted, but just a black shoe polish to nourish the leather and kind of rejuvenate it, keep it hydrated. Don't over apply. Obviously you'll get some cracking and it just looks like crap and it'll look crappy. So leather cleaner, like shoe polisher on that to keep it nice and hydrated. And I'm sure you probably could use some sort of motorcycle related leather care for like seats or whatever, but they recommend specifically shoe polish. As far as the ballistic nylon, I think Leather Pro sells it. I know they used to include like a little sample bottle. I don't know if they do anymore. It didn't come with my bags. But they recommend, specifically in the directions, they recommend 303 aerospace protectant. They say just spray it every once in a while. If it's left in intense sunlight, we recommend applying about once a month. I leave it in the garage, so I'll be applying obviously much less than that. And then it's obviously just a UV blocker. As far as how much these can hold weight-wise, I'm not finding in the directions. I swore I did read it somewhere. Maybe I'm just in my head getting confused with the pounds it takes to, you know, the clamping force for it. But I thought I read it somewhere, maybe not. But I would say virtually anything you want to put in here. I know somebody just talked to me. They said they did like mobile car detailing. They put like a gallon jug of water in it and some other stuff, and they like went camp. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't think that you'll ever have an issue weight-wise with these. They are very sturdy. They're very well planted. They follow the lines of the bike very nicely. These claim, the V3s claim that you can use turn signals with them, the stock turn signals of these bikes, and then stock exhaust, assuming you do not have a fat bob, because their exhaust is different. I have integrated turn signals, so we can't really put that to the test too much. It doesn't appear that you would have enough space, especially without the docking, the holdfast hardware that I have, but who knows. And then obviously just pay attention to the heat on the right side for the exhaust to make sure that you're not plowing right up into the bag, or that it sits too close, because if it does, then you're going to have additional issues, and Leather Pro specifically mentions that as well. All right, guys, so the bags are on the bike. I like them a lot. I'm gonna order on Amazon, and if I find it, I'll link it, that 303 aerospace protectant. I'll go ahead and link it on Amazon, and then obviously just shoe polish. You can get it at Walmart, Costco. I mean, I'm sure if you get like a 500 pack, you can get it at Costco, but really wherever. So I'm not gonna bother linking that because they even specify the ones most commonly found at like Walmart and everything is fine. So I really like it a lot. It follows the lines of the bike a lot. Like I said, this is the V3. I will also say Tucker Speed, those of you who are familiar with the channel, I have an affiliate link and a coupon code, 10% off for Tucker Speed. They do carry the Leather Pros as an option. However, and this goes for pretty much everywhere. I've never seen anywhere except this, but anywhere that carries Leather Pros, including Tucker Speed, they do not accept any kind of coupon code with it. Leather Pros does, I think, like 1 or 2 sales a year. Actually, I bought this like 2 weeks before, but it's like 10% off and they only do it once a year. I believe these are 750 bucks, somewhere right around the 750 price range. I needed to get them in stock. I could not afford to wait. I was quoted anywhere from like 4 to 8 weeks, depending on what side I was looking at. I think Leather Pro said 4 to 6, but they were like a little bit ahead of schedule, kind of. I could not wait. I needed to do this setup quickly for what I was doing. Well, I wanted to. I could, I guess, really. But I found a place that actually did have them. It was TMF Cycles. I'll link that directly in. I even emailed them ahead of time before I placed the order. I was like, hey, just making sure it doesn't specifically say there's a lead time or that it's in stock. It just says available to add to cart and buy. And he was like, yep, we have them in stock. And they shipped out like 3 or 4 days after I placed the order, and then they got here pretty quick. So that was awesome. If you need them immediately, hopefully that site will still have them at the time. If not, I'm sure you could find them anywhere else. It's a US-based company. I believe they're out of California, but like I said, I'll link it in the description. And they at least had these ballistic nylon V3s for the M8 Softail platform. But anyway, here it is. Let me know what you guys think. I love it. Even more so than the bag itself, I love that I can take them off super easy, hang them up in the garage, and then display my beautiful new powder-coated wheels for eye candy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like this video, please. It really does help me out. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you turn on post notifications so you never miss a new video. Check out any of the playlists I have in my YouTube channel, I guess, in any of the playlists. This video, or this bike, has its own playlist build series. You can see everything I've done to it thus far as of whatever new video you're watching. Check out the videos at the end. Make sure to hit up Tucker Speed with the discount code RIDINDAD for 10% off pretty much anything besides Leather Pros in that store. Check out my Instagram and YouTube. Send me a DM, hop in my DMs and let me know what you think of stuff, or ask me questions. I get tons of people ask me questions all the time, and when I can give you an answer, I will, and if I don't, I'll be honest and, hey, I don't know the answer to that question, but I'll help you the best I can. Thank you guys very much for watching. Good luck with your own build series or whatever you got going on in your life, and until the next time, guys, ride safe, have fun, Dad out.